Good morning. Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Monday, January 12th. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. With strong high pressure in place over the western U.S., there is not much to see on the visible satellite imagery this morning. The high pressure combined with gusty offshore winds have completely obliterated the marine layer, preventing anything in the way of coastal low clouds. Otherwise, there only remains some fair weather high clouds overhead, along with a few areas of patchy low clouds over the San Joaquin Valley. For today and the rest of the week, the weather story will remain the warming temperatures and persistent Santa Ana winds we have already been dealing with. In terms of the weather details, let's start with winds, shall we? If you have been in tune with the weather over the past several days, you know that Santa Ana winds have been quite persistent across Southern California. With little to no changes in the weather pattern expected this week and even into the weekend, these winds are likely to stick around for several more days. Check out the current surface wind observations early this morning across SoCal, with the gust values in the red text. Northeast to east winds remain quite common through the Santa Ana wind corridors, with gusts largely in the 25 to 40 mile an hour range, especially through the canyons, valleys, and portions of the coastal plains. Usually Santa Ana winds peak in the mid-morning to early afternoon hours, so expect these winds to increase more in the 30 to 50 mile an hour range over the next several hours and become a little more widespread. Stronger winds of at least 60 miles an hour will be possible at times over windier spots in the higher terrain. There may be a little bit of a lull in winds by the time we get to the late afternoon and evening hours, though winds will pick right back up late tonight. Wind speeds are likely to remain similar each day through the work week, then there is a chance they start to weaken this weekend and potentially shift back on shore by Sunday or Monday as high pressure begins to weaken a little bit. Temperatures are also going to be the talk of the town this week. With strong high pressure in place, combined with the gusty offshore winds, temperatures will continue to gradually warm up through much of the work week, especially for locations south and west of the Southern California coastal slopes. For today, many of these areas will range in the mid-70s, then warm into the low to mid-80s by the middle of the week, which will be when temperatures peak. For the middle of the week, high temperatures will be at least 10 to 15 degrees above seasonal normal across the warmest spots. Record high temperatures look to be a little bit out of reach, however. Temperatures over these regions will then start to cool down a little bit this weekend as Santa Ana winds back off. Temperatures across Central California, where winds will remain lighter, will remain cooler and mostly persistent through the period. Dry air is also expected to accompany the strong high pressure and Santa Ana winds, particularly across the windier areas of Southern California. Minimum humidity will remain largely in the teens and 20s across much of Southern California through the week, though localized upper single digits will be likely over the higher terrain and windier spots. Poor overnight humidity recoveries will be common across the higher terrain and windier areas of Southern California through the work week as well. Humidity will be a little higher across Central California, though still low overall except for the San Joaquin Valley and adjacent foothills. Despite the long duration period of gusty Santa Ana winds, dry air, and very warm temperatures, large fire potential will remain very low through the period. This is all thanks to the significant widespread precipitation we received in December. Dead fuel moistures will be on rapid falling trends, but most of the fuel out there now is in the live category, and live fuel moistures have significantly risen in recent weeks. Now we would like to see more precipitation occur to keep us in this period of low fire danger for a longer time frame, but forecast projections are not looking promising for more precipitation in the near future. Regardless, we should continue to be in this quiet period for a while. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Wednesday, January 14th. Have a fantastic day.